Bang! Neeves Knives. I'm Jared, and today we have 3 new knives to check out. Now, this one was sent to me by the homie, the supporter, and the YouTube channel, BAKPAK. I'm going to link his YouTube channel at the top of the description. Go and sub to his channel. All you got to do is click the link. It'll throw you right over there to his YouTube channel. Awesome, awesome channel. He does some of the best editing I've ever seen. This is the Concept Model 6. Yeah, I think it's the Model 6. Now, this was one I wanted to get my hands on. Super smooth. Now, he added a quick stud to it, and we're going to actually take that off and see how it works without it. But this is a quick stud. For those of you that don't know what a quick stud is, you can purchase them for any knives that you want to be able to thumb stud open. It's very easy. It comes with an Allen wrench and the stud, and we're going to take this one off and try it without it. But with it, let me slide these over. It has incredible action with the stud. So I can see why he likes it on there, because it's so easy to get to and just so easy to deploy. Even if I was left-handed, this would be incredibly easy. So now the flipper tab is very, very small. So, but it works really good. The detent is very well tuned for a small flipper tab. That's hard to get right, because normally that, you know, you have to have a thumb or a flipper tab that's big enough for you to get leverage on. In this case, it's good. I mean, it works really good. We'll see over, you know, some use and me taking it in and out of the pocket and deploying it, how much I like it, because that changes everything. You know, the more you use it, the more, you know, like how easy is it to take it out of the pocket, snap it open and get it into work. You know, that's a big difference between me just sitting here on the table and flicking it. Now, let me take the stud off real quick and we'll try it out. So it's as simple as sticking the Allen in and turning. Bam. That's how easy it is. Set that over there. Now, well, it still works good. Yeah. I don't think he's left-handed. It's not as easy left-handed. I have to ride the clip in order to get it. But I didn't think he was left-handed, but maybe I'm wrong. It is, you know, it is a smaller hole, so maybe that's the reason why, and he wanted to be able to get it out really good or really fast and just deploy it fast. It is much more fidgety with the quick stud, but I don't have no problems with it, to be honest. Now, the ergos are very comfortable, and this clip looks like it will work very, very well. This is a... Yeah, this looks like a good working clip. I've seen a lot of clips in my day, and this looks like a good working one. Now, this finish is kind of like an orange peel. Very similar to the orange peel. Very similar to my Wiha Spree. My Wiha Spree is slightly more orange peeled. This is an awesome knife. I do have a full review on this knife if you want to check. Oops, I gotta say that again. Check it out. Very, very fidgety. Awesome, awesome knife. But yeah, very, very cool. And let's see, I think the blade steel is going to be S35VN. Oh yeah, there's the name, Model 6. And that probably comes in a couple different configurations, like an all black one, and then probably this one, possibly a stonewash blade. I'm not positive about that, but let's get to the next knife. Now, the next knife is in for sharpening, and I have to say, I'm loving this thing. This is the Benchmade Mini Adamas, and I see why everybody loves this knife. One, the thumb cones, I don't even want to call them thumb studs, thumb cones work incredibly well. Two, this thing is rock solid. I mean, it is super solid. And then it is complete fall shut action. I mean, it is butter smooth. Next thing, these ergos are really good. I do feel this clip quite a bit. I'm not sure if this is the factory clip or if he switched it, because this is the Benchmade bug out clip, but it's still, I don't even care because everything else is very comfortable. But if it had a non-deep carry clip, it would be even more comfortable, because this just so happens to land right where, you know, it's going to be annoying, but it's still, it's fine. I can tell I could get maximum leverage on this knife. Number, I don't even know what number we're at. Let's just talk about this blade. It is a bit robust, but not overkill. Definitely not overkill, especially when you put into consideration all the other things. The lock strength. This is an incredibly strong lock. Incredibly strong lock. So the blade lock matches. Then the ergos match. So I understand this. This knife makes perfect sense. However, I've seen a lot of people doing regrinds on these, and they look amazing. They look really good because you wind up having this hammered coating up top, and then you have a satin finish going up and down, going this way, and a hollow grind. Oh, it looks so nice. So yeah, a lot of people are getting that done on their Adamises. Now the choil looks perfect. I can tell when I'm sharpening this is going to take, it's going to be easy to sharpen. Now it is crew wear. I love crew wear. I love crew wear. So, man, this is such a good knife. I like this knife a lot. Now, when I sharpen it, what I'm going to do, I can tell it just recently had an edge put on it. Now, it had a fixed angled system edge, and one of the problems they probably had was deburring. I can tell it never got deburred. But other than that, I mean, it was a decent job. It just, it needed a good deburring. But what I'm going to do, I'm obviously going to talk to the owner of the knife, you know, whatever he wants. But what I would naturally do is I'd lay back the angle, possibly just a slight bit more, and yeah, make it have just a little bit better cutting performance for this grind. However, you know, the angle that's on it right now isn't a bad angle. I'm not sure what angle it is. It looks like somewhere around 20 degrees per side, possibly 18 degrees per side. But yeah, if you lower the angle a little bit, it'll make it so much more slicier for a robust blade. But yeah, I would definitely put a good cutting edge on this, since it is slightly more robust. Now, it's not crazy. It's really not. Like, I thought it was going to be much thicker from what everybody was saying, but it's really not that bad. A nice robust tip. You're not going to have to worry about breaking that tip. Seems like it'll cut pretty good for, you know, the grind and for the ergos. Nice jimping all over in nice spots. This is an awesome, awesome knife. And I'm happy to sharpen that one. We're going to put a nasty sharp edge on that beast. All right, last but not least, this one was a gift, and I'm very thankful for this, but I got a lot to explain on this one. So, this is a TWOSUN knife that, I'll be honest, after getting my hands on it, had it since yesterday, I'm not a big fan. Now, the person gave it to me because they didn't like it. It just wasn't their style, and I can see why. Now, I want to say this is a Jelly Jerry design, and Jelly Jerry, he likes to do some knives, not all, but some of the more fantasy style knives. Now, I really love his functional knives. This TWOSUN TS223, love this knife. And I have other knives from him, from his designs, that I absolutely love. This one is not one of them. Now, I'll explain why. A couple things. One, the ergos, they're horrible. This is not comfortable at all. And a couple reasons why. Right here, sharp. I mean, when I squeeze it, it's very sharp. Now, that's not even what bothers me so bad, because when I'm pushing into something, the pressure is going to be back against my palm. And then that's the next thing. I feel all of this. all these little corners and everything I feel, so that's not very comfortable. This is very sharp when I squeeze it. My finger lands right here on this poke. Then we have a late detent. Now, that's not that big of a deal. I can get past that, probably, once I get it down. But that is a thing. It is a late detent. Maybe for a lefty would probably do a lot better because they pull it down first and then close it. The next thing is this hole. No exposure. I mean, it's very tight. You have to smash your finger in there to get it. So I would prefer if they would have just brought this part down farther, because watch when we close it. The hole is like covered up in the spot you're going to want to use it at. So you have to go up higher to use it, and then it's, you know, it's really tight. So for those reasons, I'm not a fan of this knife. And, you know, the tip of this knife, it's a little weird because you see that angle, that's the grind, but it's not the edge. You know, looking at pictures of this, I didn't know if this was going to be the edge or if this was just a grind, and it's just a grind, which is not bad. I mean, it looks funky, but I could see it still working really good for utility cuts while making it a little bit more acute and also durable at the same time. So there might actually be something about that makes it kind of, you know, work out a little bit better, especially for somebody who's doing a lot of primary utility cuts, which in this grip, it is comfortable. So I can see some people liking this knife. This thing has a lot of potential. And if you love this knife, I could totally see why somebody would. And in certain hands, it might fit it better. So, and you know, in certain grips, it's very comfortable. It's just in certain ones, it's not for me. And the action is really good. Like the detent is super well tuned, very strong detent. I mean, this thing flies out. And there are a lot of great things about this knife. I mean, the build quality is really good. So, you know, I could see a lot of people actually liking this one. It's just for me, I personally find a lot of flaws that would keep it out of my pocket and out of my hand and not wanting to cut with it. But I could personally fix all those things, so not too big of a deal. Access to the lock bar is really good. It's just the detent is so late. Lots of milling on this thing. Holy cow. They went crazy with the milling. Almost too much. You know, but it does have a nice look to it. And with the little tweaks, man, this could have been a fantastic design. They would have killed this design with just a couple little tweaks. Now, however, I'm very thankful to get it because it doesn't, I've said this so many times. It's not about me liking the knife that sometimes just the content is great. So I am very thankful that he gave this knife. I could give it away. I could make videos modifying it. I can make videos making better access to the hole. I can make videos chamfering all these edges and making it better. I could literally make this knife for me. And after modding it, I would love it. Absolutely. I can already tell that it would take a good modding. I would be able to soften up some of these edges. I'd be able to cut this out on both sides, cut it out to about right there, cut that corner out, bring the corner down. Then both my fingers would be able to fit right here, and I'd be able to access the hole. I could, just knock these edges down a little bit. The flipper tab is a little pokey too, but I can get used to that. I'm not too worried about that one. Is this a front flipper? No. Almost looked like it. But that gives me all kinds of content. And to be honest, like some of my best videos, actually my best video on this channel was on a knife I didn't like. So, like that doesn't mean anything. I don't have to like the knife to want to get it on the channel, want to review it, want to make a video or content of it. Now, this one is one I could potentially like it after modifying. But right as it is, no, I do not like it. And I can see why he, was willing to give it to the channel. And I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Gifts like this is what keeps this channel alive and keeps the channel going, gives me content, and I could make multiple videos on a knife like this, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And I could always give it away to one of the Patreon members. You are awesome. I love you guys. Peace.